This is Sue Greenwald here with Awakened Stories. I'm here today with the real, the one, the only, dun dun dun, da, John F. Kennedy Jr. Hey, John, how are you?
I am doing great, sister, and thank you so much for asking me on your show today.
Of
I
course.
love it. I love it.
I wanted,
And
go ahead.
I just wanted to let everybody know I am on um, I am on Sue's show, Awakened Stories. So we're recording it. Check it out after a bit. But I wanted to do the live Facebook. Please share. Please follow. Let's get this truth out. Let's get justice for all your injustice. Appreciate you.
Yeah, yeah. So, first of all, officially, happy birthday. Happy,
Oh, thank you.
yeah.
I had one of the best birthdays of my life. It lasted for 3 days in Dallas. Oh man, it was good. We went to a buffet when we were there. A whole bunch of lions showed up. We had a great big huge table. I don't know how many of us were there. 12, 14 of us probably. And we all did the buffet. It was crazy. I didn't tell anybody, but as soon as we were standing in line for the buffet, there was a big cockroach on the wall.
Oh,
And I was like, "Are we really doing this here?" It was the old corral or something like that. But anyway, me being me, I reached over and smashed him on the wall. So I had to go wash my hands. But the food was good. I had a little birthday party there. I had a cake that said 63 on it. I walked up to the gals that were serving the steak and I said, "Can I have some horseradish, please?" They didn't speak a bit of English, so they gave me another steak on top of that. I was like, "Man, I have to ask for horseradish more often. I get a great big steak."
that's awesome.
So we had a wonderful time. Great people there, great conversation. And then Shannon the next day took me out for another. She had the little party favors and the candles and the cake and took me out for another steak dinner. So I never ate like that or had so much love. It was wonderful. It really was. The party just went on. And thank you all for your birthday wishes. It was really awesome.
I saw the
And thank you,
picture.
Sue.
I saw the picture with your cake, and I was so happy because I know you said before you never really in your life had a birthday cake before, you know, and as a child or whatever, you never really were treated specially in any way. So I was so glad when I saw that cake and the candles on it.
Well, when I was little, Jackie went overboard like she did with all the children. Um, I don't remember a whole lot, but I do remember, them spoiling me as a child. But I also remember nannies, giving me breakfast like no other kid had ever had breakfast. So they treated me good. But yeah, after that, and then once I figured out, hey, these people are actually trying to kill me, and I went driving truck. I spent a lot of holidays in a truck with nobody
Yeah,
around, just
yeah,
myself. So
yeah,
it was great. It was great.
yeah. So
Since I met Robin, and she gave me a birthday last year. It was wonderful, and now all this attention, I can't let it get to me, but it feels good in my heart to know I'm loved.
you deserve the best. Everyone deserves the best, but you deserve the best for what you've been through. And I'm really glad Robin is there helping you in so many ways. And a good supporter, a beautiful person, and of course, a co-pilot on your trip, right? So tell
Oh
tell us
yeah,
about
she's.
tell us about the trip to Dallas.
Oh, we tried to make picture. I tried to make pictures and videos the
Yep.
whole way. We took Bubba, which was great. He was the best dog ever. We would stop at a gas station to fuel up, and we had to hit many of them. But he would get all excited and try to jump over me to get out to go potty or whatever. So while I was fueling, I'd walk him around. He was just the best dog ever.
Yeah.
When we were driving, 3, 4, 500 miles at a time, he'd just be chilling right in the middle or in the back seat. Um, we stopped and picked up Catherine in Albuquerque, She really wanted to go. She's a huge lion. So I said, "Hey, we're stopping to pick you up. If you can handle the back seat with Bubba." And she's like, "Hell yeah!" So we picked her up in Albuquerque. Um, we saw rainbow after rainbow after rainbow on the trip. It's like Daddy was talking to us with all the rainbows.
Yep.
I think we saw nine the second day going before we hit Dallas, but I've never seen a rainbow explosion before. And I asked Robin to get a picture of it, but by the time we passed it, the hill was behind us and everything, so we couldn't get it. But it was like, when you see a big thunderhead cloud that the lightning comes out of,
Yeah.
it was actually a big thunderhead cloud, but the lightning coming out of it was rainbows. It was so I've never seen one like that. Usually I see the rainbows where they go to the pot of gold, supposedly. Those were following us for miles, and we could see both ends. But this rainbow explosion, I was like, I've never seen one in my whole life. It was really, really cool. And I wish I would have got a picture of it, but I didn't.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was almost like when we got to Dallas, we saw the clouds that had rainbows in them, and they almost looked like angels to me. And it just gave me the sense like, hey, we're protected. Daddy's protecting us. Um, I've always seen things in the clouds ever since, me and my sister Caroline, we used to lay on our back in the grass and just see all the shapes and all the old men. And my thing was seeing all the gods like Athena and, the old Roman gods in the clouds. I have always seen old men with big white beards. That's been my thing my whole life. I've seen that in the clouds. But it was almost like the rainbow thing, and the angels were like, "You're being protected. Don't stress over it. Daddy's got you." So that was really reassuring. It was, and
Yeah.
it was a cool experience.
You are
Um,
being protected, and it's so cool that you noticed it all. Those were crystalline ships. And I used to see them in Sedona all the time, all the time. So,
yeah, that was really cool.
yeah.
That was going on through New Mexico, really big in New Mexico. And then when we got into Texas, it's like it followed us from New Mexico to Texas. We got there Saturday, was absolutely beautiful day. We met so many people and woke up so many people. The news was there. Saturday was the anniversary of my father's execution by our government. There was reporters there, photographers there, and there was a lot of very cool. There was a couple mean people that just didn't get it, and but there was so many people. Amy and Bill and Nacho Man and Shannon Sheridan. They were all there explaining the storyboards. They were saying, "Look, this is all pictures of John Kennedy Jr. as a child." And then they would say, "This is George Onassis, John's stepbrother, from Maria Callas and Aristotle Onassis. That's who they put organized crime put in play." And we were showing them pictures, so it was right in front of their face. And we woke up hundreds of people. There was dozens and dozens of people asking me for my autograph, asking me for books. I was like, books as a donation, whatever you feel in your heart to help us out with gas money and all that. So we were doing that. We were getting selfies. I had a group from Africa, and they needed interpreters, but I was talking to the interpreter. The interpreter would talk to them. I think there was like 8 of them total. This was a big family from Africa, and they were like listening to the interpreters. They were smiling. They wanted a selfie. They wanted to shake my hand. The women were like, "Let me get close to you. I want a picture of the real John Kennedy Jr." So the story was getting out from England to Australia to Africa, all places, Ireland, all over the world. There was people there, and they got to know the truth. A lot of the people that were there selling books about the fake George and have it in their mind that he was the real son of John Kennedy. Um, how do you say that? They were shit hurt. They didn't want to believe the truth, even though the truth was right there, because they have spent so much time with their believing their lies that people just told them. and they couldn't handle the real truth when it was
Right.
right in front of their face.
Right.
Um, but it was really really good. So we had a few haters, but we had more people loving us and seeing the truth that we were out there sharing.
Yeah.
Once one of us, read the storyboards to them, and then they would say, "I want a selfie, I want his autograph." And then Bill or Nacho Man or Amy or whoever was there, Shannon would bring them over to me, and I would sign an autograph. I didn't want to sit in one spot.
Right.
People kept saying, "Oh, here's a chair, John," but I didn't. I didn't really want to be a target in one spot, so I walked all around. And a lot of times, when I had a group of 20 people, it was like, "Okay, I got to go walk, Bubba, and just take a break for a minute,
Yeah.
just get
Yeah.
out of the spotlight and the
Yeah.
crowd."
Yeah.
But it was wonderful. I see Bill on here right now, and Shannon. Thank all you guys so much. They're so wonderful. These lions, they know the truth. They know how it's going to affect the future of America. So they're helping me share the story, which is wonderful. And hopefully someday we can make this world a better place with all this truth that we're
Right.
exposing.
Right.
I mean, we've been lied to. They're still lying to us. Our FBI, our Secret Service, and CIA, they won't come talk to me because I'll be exposing them for their being criminal activity. But sooner or later, we're going to expose it. And I think they know all that. I really
Right.
do. I think they know their time's coming.
How fabulous. So what a great experience. Like this is your first, we'll say, coming out experience, if you will. Like you've been doing a lot through social media, but not a lot physically, other than in your local area. This was a
Uh-huh.
fabulous opportunity.
Yeah. And Shannon was a perfect host. I wanted to go to Dallas and I wanted to just give Shannon a hug and say, thank you for being here 33 times, sharing my story to all these people all around the world. I just really, that was like the clincher that I'm going to Dallas. She was a wonderful, wonderful host. On Monday, after the 2 days, we were beat. Me, Robin, and Catherine, we were just like dragging in the dirt. And Shannon was like, I'm going to get you guys a motel and I'm paying for it. And I went, you're so awesome. So we got to rest for a day on Shannon. Um, it was awesome. And the next morning we headed back out,
Yeah.
and it was great. You know,
Shannon
with
is,
with
yeah, she is awesome. And because of her work, she created all of those storyboards. So she did all the
and they're
photos that
wonderful.
you use to explain to people. So,
And she did a wonderful job. She really did. She had like three different sets of storyboards up there. And once we pointed out the storyboards, like, look at this child. Look at the features of this child. Look at the ears. And she had them on the storyboard where people could just see it plain as day. And they're like, that's not the same guy. You were kidnapped. I could see it right here. And I'm like, yeah, it really happened. And Main Street, I'd be walking around the crowd and I'd say, you want to hear a story? One of the biggest cover ups our government has done in history. Some would say no. Some would say, yeah, yeah, show me. Here, tell me. And I'd take them up and show them, and they'd be like, you are the real John Kennedy Jr. This is wild. How could our government do that? It's like they do it. It's all over money. A lot of people would ask me the same question: why? And I would just say, when you have to ask why, just think about it. It's all over money all the time.
yep, yep, sad. Well, I am so, so excited. We have some kind of a feedback when I'm talking, so I don't know if you hear that or not, but
Yeah, a little bit. You actually froze up for a minute there,
ah,
Sue.
okay. I was watching the photos, the videos, everything on Facebook. I was getting text all day long on the 22nd, and it was so exciting for me to watch. I was so happy, and I'm very grateful for all the supporters that were there and those that helped you, and that you were surrounded by loving people. It was just amazing to see.
I met so many wonderful people.
Yeah.
This gal named Carrie, she she was from California, and she actually passed by here in Bullhead City while we were packing, getting ready to go, and she said, "I just passed Bullhead, and I'm on my way to Dallas, John." I went, wow, all the way from California to Dallas to help show your support. That's wonderful.
It's
She
amazing.
got up to Flagstaff and she said, it's snowing like crazy up here on Flagstaff, John. Be careful. But I met her. We went out to dinner. Her and her husband were awesome supporters. Just so many beautiful, beautiful people. I had never met any of these people. Nacho Man. What a wonderful man. I'd never met him before, and he was there, and he was sleeping in his car, and he would be there in the morning and share the story to everybody that walked by. He was real faithful to the cause. Um, me and Bill were like, "You're sleeping. You can't be sleeping in your car. We'll get you a motel room." He's like, "No, man. I could if I wanted to." And but what a wonderful guy. I met Bill Messer for the first time. Preacher Man Bill, um, his morning show, and I don't know why I can't remember his morning show, the name of it. But Bill Messer, um, I think he's on here. Click on his profile and follow him. He's a wonderful guy. Um, Absolutely wonderful. He was right there sharing the story with everybody. Um, I met so many wonderful people there. I want to do it again. I want to do it this weekend. It was that much fun to wake that many people up to the truth. It really was.
I love it. So you would plan to do that, say next year or whatever, like every year.
I'll tell you what, I loved it so much. I would love to go next year. I really would. It's not set in stone, but I would like to get a permit. I don't know how much the permit would be, but there was people there that paid for a permit, and they played the taps on the bugle. There was people getting up speaking how great my father was, and this and that. And we were there just trying to get the story out. Hey, you guys really need to wake up. But they didn't want to have anything to do with us, which
Right.
was their fault because they should have really looked into the story, our story, that, hey, I'm the real son of the president that was shot and killed here by government. Um, but they actually got a permit to occupy that space. So if we did do it next year, I would like to get that permit ahead of them so we could occupy that space. And that would give us a whole year to get thousands
Right.
of people there
Right.
and have the biggest, I don't know what you would call it, remembrance for my father's anniversary of the assassination and get the world out, get the story out to the world that,
Right.
hey, you've been lied to.
Right.
This whole assassination thing was a takeover by organized crime. That's what it is. That's the files, people. They unalived my father. They unalived my uncle. That was to take, and they did that in broad daylight. But what people don't realize is they were assassinating people secretly to use their identity, to take identity theft over them, to steal the Kennedy fortunes, and then the Onassis fortunes. That's the files, people. That's what they didn't tell you in the so-called real files that they put out. It was all BS. Thank you, Shannon. Rivers of Belief. I was tortured not to remember names. When I would get together with some of the Hell's Angels and other people, because I was always told that the feds are listening in. The FBI are the ones getting the intel. So to hinder them from getting people's names on their tape recorders, we would just say, hello, brother. Hello, sister. Not, hey, Bob or John or Tim or Bill, or we wouldn't use it. It was all brothers and sisters. And that was a thing to stop them from getting all the intel on the members. Because when they would get intel on the members, they would try to pay them, try to infiltrate the group, and say, "Hey, we'll give you $100,000. Just kill them all." That's the kind of thing that they were doing, all the way from our FBI throwing a hand grenade in to try to kill me one day. Um, they wanted me dead. I was being protected by the Hells Angels, and it's sad because a few of those brothers of mine lost their lives to our own government. Not only my mother and my sister and my aunts, uncles, and cousins, but people that were trying to protect me in this war. And, there's two sides to a war. People say, well, how come you're not dead? And I pretty much just explained there's two sides to a war. They were taking lives, but so were we.
All right. All right. Well, back to the 22nd. I think it was a fabulous event. I had
It
fear of
was.
missing out big time. Watched all the videos and the photos, and it was so exciting to see. And it was exciting to see the people that, we see online through Facebook, but they were there with you. I was so happy for that. So
We,
grateful
we
for
tried
that.
to take many
Yeah.
photographs.
Yeah.
Bill and Nacho Man and Shannon and everybody, all the lions that were there were taking many photos.
Right.
I even got quite a few photos on my phone. Robin got lots of photos on her. I got Bubba getting walked around and sitting on the grassy knoll, and Bubba was a really good dog. He really
Yeah.
was.
Yeah.
He
You know,
didn't he didn't poop he didn't poop or anything where he wasn't supposed to.
when I saw them playing taps, though, I got very teary-eyed, and I assume you probably did as well. It must have been quite something to be at that, location to see it again. But
Yeah.
these people
That
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 are
song that song has stuck in my head my whole entire life. It really has. When I was young, I had a bugle, and that's what I would learn to play was the taps. And then somebody famous gave me a harmonica, and when I was walking around Bullhead City here, basically homeless, with my wagon and my harmonica in my mouth, that's all I played up and down the streets was taps. Um, I don't know why. It's just and that and Amazing Grace, and it all has to do with funerals. So it all kind
yeah,
of sucks, but
yeah, yeah,
that's just how it is.
yeah. Well, these other people, they've written books about your father and, the history of his death and blah, blah, blah. And for you to come along, like that disrupts their whole apple cart, right? They've got their belief system, they've done the research, these are the facts, right? And then for you to say, hey, here I am, that's got to blow their mind. And if they're not like open to finding out more, like they don't want their whole belief system to be disrupted. That's why they didn't inquire more. They didn't have interest in you. They don't believe you because you're going to make them change their belief system. Oh, maybe the book I've spent writing isn't correct. Oh, maybe this group I've got running, maybe we're not correct or
Yeah,
whatever.
and
So,
it's really sad being
yeah,
at Daily Plaza and seeing how they used my father's assassination to bankroll themselves.
yes,
I was, just to have to get the city get a permit to pay for a permit to be there, but they have shuttle buses, they have people with golf carts, they have several tour guides, the museum there, the parking there. You pay $10 to park your car, you pay $25 to go to the museum to learn. I think it's $50. I'm not even sure to have a tour guide. So they're constantly making money off of my father's execution,
right.
and that got to my heart because they stayed away from the truth.
Yeah.
They did. These tour guides would purposely not come up to the pavilion where we were at, where we had our storyboards, because they didn't want all the people that were paying them to know the truth. It was really freaking sad. And I was talking, I think Shannon was like, I wonder how much we'd have to pay these tour guides to stop by and learn the truth. It's really unreal.
Yeah. Well, this saying, you can lead a horse to water, but you can't make him drink. You cannot change anyone's belief system or mindset unless they're willing to be open, right? So you can give them all the facts and figures and show them all the pictures, but if they're not open to looking and thinking about it, it's going to go nowhere. But you still have to try. That's the whole concept. You're out there putting yourself out there publicly, explaining to as many people as possible, you and the other people that were helping you. It's fabulous what you did. Fabulous.
Yeah, it was great.
Yeah.
Um, there was a couple, a black man and his son there, and they told me they've been going there for years. and they sell a JFK newspaper the day JFK was assassinated, and I think it's like $50. But I was talking to the guy, and I'm said, I'm the real John Kennedy, and he heard my story. He looked at the storyboards, and he got a selfie with me. He had his son take it, and then he said, "Son, I want you to get a picture with the real John Kennedy here too." So he took so it didn't take him long to wake him up to our government's. And then there was one tour guide, and he was there with a couple different people, and he was saying, "Okay, this is a grassy knoll, and this is where out there, look at the excess." He was telling them all that, and I came out. I said, "By the way, I'm the real John Kennedy." And he's like, "Really?" He shook my hand, and I think I signed him a book and said, "Read this, and then when you come out here, you can share the real truth."
Fabulous.
So
Fabulous.
we woke up a lot of people that were asleep just by Shannon's storyboards. I can't thank Shannon enough.
Yeah.
33 times out there. Um, every weekend that it wasn't raining or whatever, 33 times. And she puts all this out of her pocket. I don't have the resources to pay her for this and that, but she does it. Faithfully and Lily and Shannon, if you're listening, it's too cold for you to be out there, sister. Take a break, stay warm. Don't go out there and freeze your tootsies all off.
Yep.
And that's coming from me and Sue.
Yep.
So yeah, when it's cold, sister, take a break because
Yeah.
we're gonna rock that plaza again. We are,
Yeah.
and we don't want you to get cold
Yeah.
and get the snivels and all that.
It's a physically tiring day because you're standing and walking around all day. And then there is a lot of energy when you're talking to people. It takes a lot of energy to repeat yourself a billion times. And then, of
Yeah, and
course,
this,
you had the drive, right? You didn't get there till the day before, so you were tired from the
yeah,
drive.
but we did get a lot of sleep. We had the motels at nighttime.
Yeah. Yeah.
So that was good. But the stressful thing is, we had a lot of death threats, and people all ask me all the time, "Aren't you afraid? Aren't you scared that they're going to kill you?" Well, I've talked with the man upstairs many times. I'm not afraid to die. It's not that bad dying. I've actually lost my life and been revived. So I know meeting the maker isn't bad. It's not. But it concerns me because, yeah, I'm just like everybody else. I don't want to get hurt, get shot, or stabbed, or any of that stuff. So we were there, and then the adrenaline of all that, just making sure nobody pulled a weapon on us, or making sure, I saw a rifle in the. It was good. We saw people that looked suspicious. There was one man sitting against the wall, all day long for 2 days, just eyeing us. So there was a lot. Um, but on that day, there was a helicopter fly over, and I was like, I hope they're on our side and they're looking for people on rooftops that don't want my story out. But it was stressful. Just thinking about all that and then talking to people all at the same time and not trying to get backed into a corner. Like I mentioned earlier, just trying to move around and they were bringing me a chair. Oh, John, you look so tired. Here, just sit down and rest for a minute. And it was like, no, thanks, I'm good. And I would just walk over around and just being me and my experience. I tried not to stay in one place for too
Right.
long.
Right.
So it
Fabulous.
was all good and
Yeah.
it went good. The
Yeah.
little assaults we had were just little. They,
Yeah.
they, they didn't amount to much. Just people that non-believers that got a little under their skin.
Right. Right. Now, so these other people that got the permit, they did the taps and they did a little talk and they were selling books about, your dad and his death and all that. And they did not really want you guys there, it sounds like.
Yeah, they were giving out flowers. A couple other people came by and they were like, "Well, I'm working. I really don't want to hear your story, but here's a flower." Things like that. And then the flowers that were given to me, I just went over and put them on the memorial of my father there, where they were at. And then they had the big parade. I really wanted to ride the motorbike in the parade, but I didn't even get the motorbike out for those 2 days.
Yeah.
So we brought the motorbike there. It was great insurance in case we broke down and you needed to get help to have the motorbike in there. But I really wanted to ride the motorbike in the little parade. Um, maybe it was because it wasn't meant to be, and Daddy didn't want that done. There's an X in the road where my father took his shot, the shot to his head. And when there wasn't any traffic, I walked over and I put my hand on that spot, and I was thinking about my father losing his life right there and then. And I was doing a little prayer, but I got teared up a little bit. Um, I did it on my own, so I don't think anybody got pictures of it, which was kind of my moment anyway. So, yeah, it was kind of stressful. It really was, but it was fun. It was,
Yeah.
I want to do it
Yeah.
again.
Awesome. Awesome. Yeah, a lot of physical energy went into this trip, like the drive down, the drive home, standing all day, interacting with people, explaining and talking all day long. And again, lucky to have a good support group there. So I'm so grateful.
Oh, it was wonderful.
Yeah.
It is a spiritual battle. These people were fighting against our people. They're not alive people. They believe in their satanic cults, and all they believe in is money. So there was a lot of spiritual warfare going on between the demons. Um, I won't deny it. There was. It was crazy huge.
Right.
I could feel it. I really could.
Right.
God, I've always tried to walk with God, and God has helped me out of many assassination attempts and many plane crashes, and He's been there. So I knew He would take care of me this time also. But yeah, you could feel the spiritual
Yeah.
warfare. Like, hey,
Yeah.
when this man gets his story out, um, God's going to expose it all,
It's going to
and
be
that's what it's
so
all
out
about.
there. It's going to be so out there. You know,
Yeah.
don't you see it happening in society now? Like, doesn't it feel like the world, like we've talked about this before, the world's going crazy, everything's upside down, blah, blah, blah. Okay, we got that. And as time has gone by, it seems the energy is amplified, amplified, amplified. And now it seems like crazy stuff is happening everywhere, doesn't it? We're
Oh
seeing
yeah,
it kind of like explode out there.
energy is so amplified right now,
Yeah.
and I hope people accept the good energies.
Yeah.
I got to go unplug the microwave, push a button or something because it keeps beeping me and it's driving me crazy, and I need to
Okay.
get off my smoke anyway. So, if you want to chat for a minute, I'll be right back.
All right. Well, geez,
Thank
I'm
you,
not
Phil.
prepared, but usually I like to share the website, so I'll do that next. How's that sound?
That would be wonderful.
That would be great.
And
So,
like you were saying earlier, Sue plans on putting a lot of the pictures up, and we'll send Sue all the pictures. If
yeah,
Bill can send his pictures and Shannon can share her pictures, I'll share them. Robin,
yep,
we got so many wonderful pictures that could, we'll
yeah,
pick through and see which ones that can go on that
yeah,
website. It'll be awesome.
yeah.
Dallas was awesome.
So I did download a lot of the pictures that I could get or videos or whatever, but if you want to send me your pictures and videos from the event, that would be extremely helpful, and I'll have them put out on the website. So here is the official website, The Real John F. Kennedy Jr. Okay, this is the website. And if you go to the gallery, we've got a lot of, oh, whoa, that was weird. We've got a lot of photos, just basic ones, but I think we'll create a page that will be dedicated to this very first event out there in the world. And we'll put some of the photos and videos out so people can see what happened. And so here's the website. This is the gallery page, which is just mostly older photos. So that way, a new person that comes to the story can say, how is the John that we see? How is John the same person? And once you see his picture as a child, and then see him now, you can really see it's the same person, right? All right. So here's where I'm going to go. We've got a timeline, which I love. This shows John's timeline. Again, for new people that haven't seen this, this is great information, I think. Okay. Uh, One of the most important tabs here is the shop tab. All right. So John sells a healing pendant, and it has his picture on it, the picture of his first book, Stolen Identity. The pendants come with a chain, and they're come in two colors. And uh two sizes, small and large, and then five colors. So you have a lot of choice. Hint, they make great gifts. But what they really do is help support John and his living expenses. If you scroll down on this page, you see that these are healing pendants. There's billions with a B of healing frequencies inside these pendants, not just the ones you see on the page. So just wanted to show people that while you were doing your thing, John.
Well,
Um,
thank you, Sue.
yeah, yeah. Always, it sometimes feel like I'm on the Home Shopping Network, but we got a comment last week. Well, John only wants to sell books. I'm like, yeah, you're right. He's making his living off of books. Literally, you make nothing off of books, guys, okay? The books are there for your education, for you to get the whole story. And if John makes a couple of dollars, yay, because that's how he's living, okay? So shut up.
Uh,
Shut up, bad guys. One other thing is this is the homepage on the website. There are three books here available that tell John's story. Quest for Justice, which is not available on Amazon still or ever. Stolen Identity and The Historian's Tale. So there are links for you to get those books. And if you go down a little bit further, there is a documentary called The Quiet Journey. Okay. So we are always
yeah,
promoting The Quiet Journey.
everybody needs to see the Quiet Journey. They
Yeah.
really, really do. That's the
Yeah.
quietjourney.tv,
Yeah.
people.
Yeah.
It's so educational, such a wake up to what has gone on,
Yeah.
what's going on to this very day,
Yeah.
how my father was executed, how my mother was executed. It's huge. Everyone needs to see the Quiet Journey.
Yeah.
They really do.
This is a 1 hour documentary, which is so fabulous. So this will tell you in 1 hour the story. And again, the books are, obviously more comprehensive, but not everyone likes to read or whatever. The documentary is a great way to get started, as is the website, because there's a lot of great content there. And it's only going to get better and better. It's only getting better and better.
And with that said, Sue, Dallas, I was trusting in Daddy for Dallas to happen, and we had a handful of people that supported us, and sent us gas money and
Yeah.
sent us money for books. I had flyers made, posters made, hats made. I spent $250 in hats alone and just handed them out at
Right.
the event.
Right.
People think I'm just in it for the money. I'm really not. It cost us, like I say, over $2,000 just to go. I mean, gas money every time I fueled up was $80 or so, and I had to do that six, seven, 8 times or so
Yeah.
each way. But I just wanted to say thank you for all of you
Right.
that made it happen, that sent me gas money, money to buy books with. Um, I think I spent close to $500 on just stolen identities, and I was signing them, and I was like, just give me a donation. Somebody would give me $5, or they would say, well, how much does it cost for your book? And I was like, look, it cost me out of my own pocket $5 for this book, plus shipping and every other thing. And they'd hand me $5, but it was all good because it wasn't the point of the money. It was the point that now they know the truth,
Right.
and we were getting it out big time, which was way cool.
Right.
But a huge, huge thank you to all the people that helped. Um, I can't thank you guys enough. It was great. We did it. We did it.
We had some very very generous people. So we had someone that bought, I think it was 50 books, 50 of the Quest for Justice books. And we sent them over to John, and he, autographed them for those people that wanted them at the event. So again, the generosity of people has been just unbelievable. It's so exciting. And thank you for
Yeah.
all the people that have put in their time, their energy, their money, their whatever it is, their creativity in marketing. We've got people on Facebook right now that are creating these amazing graphics and videos and slideshows. Like the creativity is off the hook. So it's very exciting.
There's so many people that share pictures with me, and then I grab that picture and they put the things all together.
Yeah.
Lanny is
Yep.
wonderful. She's in Australia, and she doesn't get paid for making all these videos, and I know it's costing her money and time, and she is such a wonderful lion. Please go to Lanny Lewis's homepage and subscribe. She gets a
Right.
dollar,
Right.
a dollar. If we can get a lot of people subscribing, it'll help her out.
It helps her
There's
out.
so
Yeah.
many wonderful lions on here. I can't mention them all because there's so many of them. I
Right.
don't want to leave anybody out, but there's so many wonderful lions out there making videos, sharing, and I thank you so very much. We're doing this. We're going to do this year.
Right.
I think I'm going to hit, what is it, 67 or 68,000 followers right here on Facebook tonight, which is awesome.
Right.
Let's do 100,000 people. Let's get, there's people out here on Facebook that are comedians that hold up signs that say "fuck Donald Trump." They have hundreds of thousands of followers. I'm the real John Kennedy Jr., exposing the biggest story of the century, the cover-ups of so many. We should have those hundreds of thousands of viewers. We really should.
Right.
Mainstream media is bought and paid for by these billionaires that want the one world order, that want to keep us enslaved, want to keep them rich. And they hinder the truth
Right. Right.
because they don't want people to know, hey, we're just slaves to this government. We don't need government. We don't need government, people. We are being governed by evil people that use us, that control us, that lie to us so they can keep governing over us. And let's abolish that. It's in our Constitution to abolish that. Our forefathers said, "Hey, there's a lot of messed up people and people that want to control us and you. So we're going to put it in the Constitution where we can abolish these evil people, and we need
Right.
to do it yesterday." The assassination of my father back in 1963 was proof of that. It's been going on ever since. I lost many loved ones to this war to take over the United States government, and I'm sharing. It's been taken over, people. It really has. And when you have murderers and criminals and thieves and liars running and ruling over us, we have no future. It's time to get rid of them.
Right.
And you have no savior, whether it's look back at Trump, look back at Biden, look back at the Bushes. You can only look back so far and you'll find President John Kennedy. And that was the start of the takeover and putting these people as puppets in place. And I said my 2 cents. So.
Well, the puppets have been in place way longer than that, but they really, really were getting aggressive around the time your father was assassinated. Like now that we're where we are, our eyes are more open. We can look back and say, "Oh, we didn't see, like we didn't know there was such things as doubles or masks or, you know what I mean? The average person didn't understand that that stuff is real way back when.
It's been
Now,
it's actually been going on for thousands of
yeah,
years.
yeah,
They rule over us, and they know they live a good life using us and ruling over us and taxing us. They know. I don't think God put us here on this planet and said, you guys need to be ruled by somebody else. I really don't. But that's the way it's turned out by these greedy people that think they have to rule over us. They have to tell us what to do. They have to control us. They have to make laws for us to obey, and they have to make prisons to imprison us, it's huge.
yeah,
But it all comes down to the fact that the United States is a big prize for these evildoers to rule over us, and we need to abolish that. We need to make sure the system has good, loving people that care about the people and the prosperity of the world in their hearts, and not people that just want to go kill people so they can make more money and
yeah,
lie
yeah,
to people so they can make more money, deceive
right.
people so they can make more money.
Yeah. Agreed. Agreed. And people like, you said we're awakening them. These videos, these stories, these books, what you're doing, all of that helps bring more consciousness, more awareness, more awakening to the people. The more they see, the more they realize that's out there, the more they see. It's an upward spiral and it helps all. We've been in that negative downward spiral for far too long. So it's time for us all to help the others if we're able to figure it out. And I wouldn't say that we need to wait for the others. Like we used to think, oh, we've got to help everyone raise their consciousness and learn everything. Some people are never going to learn. They don't want to. They're going to be resistant, whatever. You have to go about your business. You try
There's
to help them. You try to gently tell them the stories or whatever, and then you keep going. We
right.
can't stop.
We're exposing, there's so many angles to this.
Yeah.
We're exposing the evil ones. So we got the evil ones hating us, not wanting the truth out.
Yeah.
We're exposing the government.
And
Our
it's just
government
like in
is
the
huge.
it's just like Morpheus in the movie The Matrix. You got the red or the blue pill, right? And if like once you've taken the pill, you can't go back. That's the problem. Sometimes we're like, "Oh man, I'm tired." And like it's hard. It's not an easy thing, but compare it to those that don't have a clue. I'd well, I'd rather be where I am learning and realizing what's really happening to the people and trying to help break that chain, right?
There's
Not
so much
easy.
spin,
Yeah.
even to the Matrix. It seems like there's lies and spin to everything in Hollywood, and we need to expose it.
Yeah.
My name in Hollywood was Richard Steele, the real John Kennedy Jr. Jackie wanted me to have a career in the arts, in the film entertainment industry, everything. So I was schooled. I was taught by Pablo Picasso. I was taught by Marc Chagall. That identity was stolen. The arts that I learned from that were stolen. I was put in Hollywood. I met all the stars as little John Kennedy, but my Hollywood name, Richard Steele. I was in bed actually for a photo op with Doris Day and Brian Keith. I was on the show Emergency, 1 Adam 12, Green Acres, Mayberry, RFD, many, many, many shows. And they stole that identity. I don't even think John, my stepbrother George Onassis, that stole my got credit for any of that. I really don't. But they stole that identity from me. And if you look at this little doll right here, and you look at little John Kennedy Jr.'s pictures, me as a child, and then you look at the photos of Richard Steele on the show Mayberry RFD and the show Emergency and 1 Adam 12, where I got my head stuck in the bars. I even was in commercials. I popped out of a McDonald's bag right in front of Ronald McDonald. They were saying, look at the power we have. We are in control of little John Kennedy Jr., and we're going to have him pop out of a McDonald's bag. They have me doing a commercial with many products all over the table. It was huge. Uh, Coca-Cola, photo ops for Wrigley's. They were making money off all this using John Kennedy Jr.'s image. It was huge, the deception that they were putting right in front of everyone's face.
Yeah. Horrible. Horrible. And again, they say pretty much everyone is an actor that we're seeing out there in politics, out in the world, the entertainment. They're all actors. Like nobody is who we think they are, right? Nothing is what we've been told. No points in history are what we've been told. Like the deception is so big. And why would they deceive us? Because when we're ignorant, it's easier to control us. It's easier to force us to do this or that or eat that food, where when we're independent and think for ourselves, we resist, right? They don't want that. So,
And while I got a moment,
yep.
this is Sue's book right here. She has done interviews with me over and over, and she put this wonderful book together,
Yeah.
Quest for Justice. You can get this on the website, people. And this helps out so much. The proceeds help out so much. And Sue's got a wonderful pendant around her neck right here. Um, Go purchase a beautiful pendant. They're high quality pendants. They got frequencies in them. I would wear one, but it's got a little mermaid or something on there, and I don't do those little mermaids. But
Well, we're really, we're promoting your pendants, which are this, they're beautiful. And like I said earlier, infused with billions with a B of healing frequencies. So these are
and
really very nice quality and they make great gifts. People, they're collector's items, but even if you didn't wear them, even if it was like in, your jewelry box or whatever, the frequencies are still rainbowing out to the world. So that's amazing, right?
we were talking about rainbows earlier. They're awesome.
Yeah.
King Smarty, smartyscorner.com. He donated out of the kindness of his heart thousands of dollars worth of those
Yeah.
pendants.
Yeah.
And he gave them to me and he said, John, you sell these and make a better life. Pay
Yep.
your internet
Can't
bill,
really
pay
see
your
it well.
gas in your car. I'm giving them to you to make your life better. And he did that. So when you buy a pendant, you're showing your support and you're helping me out to help get the story out and get it out to the world.
Yeah.
We're the little guy. We're David. They're Goliath. They got the billions of dollars already in their pocket to try to hinder us. And we're selling books and pendants to try to keep getting this story out. Sue's taking the time out of her day to do this to try to help. So like I said, go on Sue's website,
Yeah.
Awaken Stories, and get one of those fairy pendants. For real. Robin's got one. They're beautiful. They're beautiful.
They
Just
are
like
beautiful.
my dog tags. I wear mine all the time. It helps me with post
Right.
traumatic stress disorder. When I was a child, and I mean a child, I was 9 years old, and they were hiding me out in Vietnam. They were giving me their kills. They wanted to build me up as a child to do great things for this country. They taught me. They had me playing on dead bodies, people, and I got post traumatic stress disorder from that. At one time, I had a necklace of my enemy's ears all around my neck, and they were taking those back to the CIA to say, "See, this is how many people we unalived." And I remember that stuff all the time, and this helps me. When I step out the door, I grab a hold of this pendant, and I say, "I'm strong. I'm John Kennedy Jr. We got this. Me and Daddy, we got this." So yeah, it helps in so many ways.
A couple years ago, when we started talking, you were not looking and feeling as well as you are now. And one of the reasons, you decided to get this story out is you thought you were literally going to die, right? You weren't feeling well.
Yeah,
So
I
King,
had total heart failure.
so King Smarty
Um,
created these pendants. He sent you one of his that you wore around your neck every day for whatever. But us, the viewers, if you go back to the old videos, every time we did a video, we would notice a little bit of improvement.
Somebody
So,
actually messaged me, Sue, and told me they weren't feeling good. They had cancer or whatever. And I sent them that pendant. I said, "Here's the one that I was wearing for so long. I want you to have it."
yeah,
I don't even remember who it was or what the deal is,
that's cool.
but yeah, pray for each other that we become
Yeah,
healed and strong,
yeah.
and keep that positive attitude. Um, I get so many supporters that are elderly and they're like, I don't feel good today, but prayers to everybody. We got this, people.
We got
Um,
this. Yeah,
we got this.
yeah.
Just keep the faith, positive attitude. It's a lot in the mind too. When I'm walking up the steps here, I walk like a little old man sometimes and have to grab the guardrail and grab the thing. And I'm like, oh, this really hurts. I mean, it hurts if I sit down just to try to get up. But if I think about it and say, I'm going to walk up these steps like I'm 18 again, I can do it. It's in the mind.
Yeah.
If I'm not thinking I can do this and I can be 18 again and just walk up the steps, I'm sitting there like a little old man. Oh, this hurts, whining,
Yeah.
crying, whatever. So it's a lot of mind over matter. It
Yeah.
really is.
Well, yeah, and with a little help from our friends, right? The pendants. But
Yeah.
yeah. And these, like I don't take mine off. Like I wear mine 24/7 in the shower, in the pool, in the ocean. whatever. So it heals my, body, my aura, my surroundings, my environment, and those that are around me. 1,000 feet radius. That's pretty good. So even when you walk through the grocery store, you're helping others. Love it.
Hey,
Okay.
Dawn, you want to step over here for a minute? Yeah. This is my friend Dawn. He actually is the one I mentioned that pinstripe my motorbike. And
Ah,
I was just wondering if you wanted to say hi, Dawn. This is, like I said, this is my friend. He's an awesome, awesome supporter. Hi, Sue.
hi.
And
Can't see you, but hi.
here I am.
Hey, how are you?
Good, good. I
Yeah.
watch you all the time.
Oh, thank you. Appreciate that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Trying to support
I
John.
was just we were just talking about your book, and I'm going to be leaving here with one.
Oh, awesome.
It's the first
Awesome.
chance I've had to get down.
Well, okay,
And
so let's talk about the book. It's really a, a summary of all the stories John has told us in the past 2 years. So I didn't add stuff to it, if you will. I just compiled all of the stories and tried to organize it. So that way
I'd
when
love to know.
if you're new, you're reading it and then you understand the story better,
Right.
Yeah.
Uh, I'd like to know why they declined it.
Amazon?
Too much truth?
They don't want the truth out there. They don't want it out there. I've been banned from Amazon for life, guys, for doing this book, which
Huh.
it upset me for like a few hours, but now I'm like, who cares, right? But
Mhm.
we're doing it anyway. I'm
Yeah.
doing it the hard way. So when I get an order, I personally am mailing it out. And it
Yes.
takes time to do that. But you know what? It's worth doing. We want people to get this story, right? We've had books
Right.
go to Alaska, Australia, Europe, all over so far. It's really exciting. Yeah.
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 Yeah,
Yeah. Go
it's
ahead, John.
actually wonderful. I
Yeah.
really appreciate all that you and the others have been doing to help bring this whole thing to justice and for his identity to be established.
Yes. Yes.
Okay. For me, it's no longer a belief mechanism, it's a knowing. You're
I agree
talking
with
to
that.
the actual son of President John F. Kennedy.
I know.
And to me, that's a privilege.
I know.
He is
And
my dearest and closest friend. I would take a
awesome.
bullet for this man.
Oh.
Test me, all those assholes that are out there. Test me.
Well, let's not go there.
Yeah, we don't.
But let's just say we
You've
want this
challenged them,
story out there,
John.
okay?
This is Sue's book, The Quest for Justice, and I signed it right there. That's my signature, people. If you look at the signatures from me as a little kid, they're identical. It hasn't changed. And then you look at the signature that the fake George Onassis, John Jr. signs his name. You can tell. There's so many ways to tell that he's a fake. And anyway, I want you to have this, brother. Love you. I really appreciate it. Love you too. Susan, thank you so much again.
Thank you. Thanks for your support. Appreciate that.
I'll be
Appreciate
watching you.
that. Yeah.
Okay.
All right. Well, it sounds like a good time to break for the day, but I'm so happy to hear about your excellent birthday, the amazing trip filled with rainbows and
Oh yeah.
illumination, right?
It was great. And
Yeah.
the we were praying. Before we left, it was saying it was supposed to be rainy both days.
Yeah. I remember.
And we were praying for nice days. And I tell you what, Daddy gave us the most beautiful days to be in Dallas. He opened up the skies and put that sunshine out.
Yep.
And he did miracles for us.
Yep.
He
Yep.
really, really did. It was
Beautiful
great.
day, beautiful event, and excellent people and companionship. You can't ask for more than that,
Yeah.
right? Right. All
But
right.
thank you, Sue.
Thank
Appreciate you.
you. And I'll be talking with you again soon. And I'm so happy for you. I'm so glad you did what you did.
I can't wait for you to ask me back on. And thank you all on Facebook. We love you with all my heart. Um, Michelle Sierra, you're wonderful. Your videos are, there's so many lions on here. And I love you all. I can't thank you guys enough. We're gonna do this. You guys are the Paul Revere's of this year for screaming, "Hey, the enemy's here!" So God bless you all, each and every one of you.
Thank you, John. Talk to you soon.
Thank you so much, Sue.
Bye bye.